Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here again, talking to you about my charge to Nigeria and Nigerians. Today, I'm going to be talking about governors that have been charged with corruption cases, that they have been charged by the court with corruption. And it's like, that's why I'm trying to say that when you talk about governance in Nigeria, people, maybe they're presidents or they're senators or they're governors, we always think about, we are going to create employment, we are going to make the economy grow. That is not our biggest problem, guys. And this is why I supported Buhari in the first place. If we don't fight corruption, corruption is going to destroy our country as a nation. It's like even those people who are criticizing the corrupt people right now, when they get to the place of power and authority, they themselves become corrupt. It's like every Nigerian, it's like they're just waiting for the opportunity to be corrupt. It's like any Nigerian you give an opportunity to, it's only in exclusive cases, it's very, very rare to see a Nigerian that will come to a place of authority that will not be corrupt. It's like all the country is infected with the infection of corruption. And that is what we must find a way of tackling. Not just the people who have already been elected, who are in elective position already. No. I'm talking about dealing with the issues of corrupt mindset of our people. All Nigerians, either they are politicians or they are just ordinary citizens, all Nigerians need to be sanitized. We need sanitation. We need sanitation. That sanitation of the mind from corrupt practices, it has to be conducted for all of Nigeria. Otherwise, whenever they it doesn't matter how many times we are going to change people in power, how many times we are going to change leaders. We have been changing them since 1950. And what good has that done for us? It has not done any good. The more we change them, the more we discover that the ones who come after them are more corrupt than the ones who came before. So why? It's because we are pulling from the same pool. We are getting our leaders and our elected officials from the same pool of Nigeria. That pool is called Nigeria. And if the whole pool of Nigeria is infected with this corruption or with disease and epidemic, it means that it doesn't matter whoever you are going to pick, everybody will still be corrupt. So what we need to do is to deal with the pool, is to sanitize the pool, is to make sure that we deliver the whole of Nigeria, all Nigerian citizens, from the mindset, the value system that creates corruption. We need to deliver them from corruption. We need to be able to reorient our people in another direction. It is all connected to value system. We need to introduce a new value system that will, make our people to think differently. But right now, the way they are thinking is that office holders are there to take their own share from the national cake. So the way, not just the ones who are elected, but even students and children from primary school and secondary school are thinking of going to power to participate in the national cake. And if I am to single out a major failure of Buhari's regime, I think this is one of it. It is the main failure of Buhari's regime. Not just Buhari's regime, but all regimes in the history of Nigeria. Apart from the first time Buhari came. When he came the first time, he actually tried to tackle the problem by declaring war against corruption. But right now, Buhari because he's here I was giving him the benefit of the doubt when he was there for the first time. But he's there the second time right now. He's like, he doesn't still understand the issues we're dealing with. He's trying to prosecute the people who have been convicted after people have stolen already. He's now trying to take them to court and trying to correct them and take something from them. But that is not the problem we should be dealing with. The problem we should be dealing with is acknowledging the fact that we as a people are in trouble. And if the whole of Nigeria needs to be sanitized, if we understand that as the main issue from primary school, from kindergarten to university level, to government parastatus, if we understand that is our main problem, then there must be a program introduced that will be so holistic and so comprehensive that every Nigerian will be touched by this. It must be a campaign, a grassroots campaign, to deal with the foundational issue of corruption in our practices, and in our character, and in our value system. So we must have a program. This is the greatest failure of Buhari's regime right now. He doesn't see it. He doesn't have. He has not come up with a program to infiltrate every sphere of human endeavor in Nigeria with value propaganda, with value promotion, with value system enhancement. He has not done that. And that is the most important need that we have right now. We need to begin to have a daily program that will inculcate and infiltrate every human being, every person in Nigeria with a new set of values. And I've spoken about this many times. Because the value system of a nation could be determined. We know where value systems come from. Value systems come from media. So we need to empower and we need to recruit the media, all the media organizations, and the private and the government ones, and entertainment industry, media and entertainment. We need to recruit them so that on daily basis, there is nobody that will get a license if they don't agree that they are going to be promoting a certain list of values. And I already came up with a list of values that Nigeria was built on that we need to be promoted to Nigerians, because Nigerians don't even know these values. So we need to get that done. If that is not done, we are going nowhere. We need to have educational programs on our television on our television set and our television stations in our Nollywood that is going to be educating different set of people, category of people in Nigeria, in the Nigerian society, from kindergarten to parents. We must have those programs ongoing on daily basis. Those are much more important than all the efforts or the policies that the government is trying to bring about right now. We must have, we must be able to also introduce these values that will make Nigerians to become virtuous people, introduce them to our churches and our mosques and our pulpits, and make sure that all imams and all pastors are promoting virtuous values to our people. If churches and mosques are not promoting values and virtues, they should be closed down, just like in Rwanda, just like in China. Forget about what the West is going to say, that, okay, you are having dictatorship and all that. They are not telling Saudi Arabia that they are having dictatorship. They are not telling China that they are having dictatorship. So we must do what we need to do to get our country moving. We need to do what we must do to take our country from backwardness. And we must get the religious organizations to cooperate with the government. So also we must get families too. Families also must be taught. We must have educational program for parents. And before you are given certificate that you are married, there must be some values that will be taught to you. And those values must be promoted that you must teach to your children as well. We must become an organized society. If you don't organize Nigeria around values, we will not be able. We will keep on having unpredictable and unexpected results. We will keep on having results that we don't desire. For us to have results that we desire, we must plan for it. For us to have the results or the kind of people and citizens that we desire, we must be intentional about it. We must intentionally form Nigerians. We must intentionally create virtuous Nigerians. If we don't, we will keep on reaping accidentally, catastrophic Nigerians, corrupt Nigerians, both in political offices and in daily living. But the topic of today, like I said, is giving you the list of governors that have been charged in court of law with corruption cases. The first one I'm going to talk about, and this is not just about these people. I don't have anything against these people individually. I'm just saying anybody you are going to elect, it doesn't matter from what state, it doesn't matter from to what position, as a governor or senator or local government chairman or primary school headmaster or secondary school principal, it doesn't matter, or university provost, it doesn't matter who you are going to, anybody you pick, go and pick anybody, they are still going to have the same result: corruption. And that's because our government are not viewing value system as the main fabric, as the main instrument, as the main building block of the society. They are not seeing this as the thing that constitutes the moral fabric of our nation. And that if we don't deal with issues of corruption, we are not building a nation yet. If we don't deal with issues of values, we are not building a nation yet. And Buhari, that I supported, because he said he's going to make corruption a priority, I think he has failed. Because the way he's fighting corruption is not the way to go about it. You must go about it from the grassroots and from the foundation. Okay, so the number one governor that I want to talk about today that has been charged with corruption cases is Saminu Turaki. Now, who is Saminu Turaki? Saminu Turaki was a governor in Jigawa State from 1999 to 2007. The EFCC accused him of fraud to the tune of 36 billion naira and leveled 32 charges of corruption against him before before a court in Jigawa State itself. And this was in 2011. But in 2017, again, it was, however, rearranged alongside three companies, three accomplices, three of his people. So, and the other person, three assistants, people who assisted him in the evil, that was in 2017. But this is, I mean, he's not the only one. You know, the governor himself alone cannot be the only one that is corrupt. He must have accomplices. He must have people who are working with him in corruption. And this is just one case. And if the governor is corrupt, the head of the state is corrupt. What do you think of the state as a whole? That is why there are no schools. That's why there are no roads. That's why there are no hospitals. That's why there is no development. That's why we are the poorest country in the world, because our administrators, our executives, and they still calling these people honorable governor. There is nothing honorable about them. I personally will campaign that all those titles should be removed from governors and from senators. Only president could have the title like honorable. All other people, Mr. Governor, that's all. Mr. Senator, that's all. Let's just remove all this, pumping up of people's ego on nothing's basis. And that's what makes them to be inflicted, thinking that they are bigger than life and that they have impunity, that they can do anything they want. The next governor that has been charged with corruption is Jonah Jang. Jonah Jang, like John Jang, right? He was a governor of Plateau State, an ex-senator. So he was a senator, and can you imagine what he was doing as a senator when he was not convicted, he was not caught? So this man has been in politics for almost all his life. He was a senator, he was a governor, and it's only after he has been governor for 2 terms that he was caught with corruption. And it's been alleged, right now his case is in court, charging him to have stolen 6.3 billion. All the people only steal in billions upon billion. So this right now is standing trial with one of the courts in the state as well, with his former accomplice as well, one of his accomplices as well, which is his former cashier, the state cashier. The person who was in charge of this office of the secretariat of the state. He was also helping the governor to steal the money, Mr. Yusuf Pam. And that is, the issue we have today. Governors are not just corrupt by themselves. Civil servants are helping them. Other elected officials are helping them. The EFCC are charging them I've slammed them with 12 counts of corruption, of course, and misappropriation of funds. So there was they have not concluded on this issue yet, because the last court case, the last hearing was in November 2019. And there was a witness that came up in that case. His name was Musa Sunday, who narrated to the court. He told the court in open day glaringly before everybody how, he was a witness to how, maybe he was actually one of the ones who brought the money, how a cashier at the Plateau State government house brought 750 million to Jang while he was the governor. This is just one case. The one case that could be proven, and the one case where that Musa Sunday was a witness to. What about other cases? They just milk out this country dry. The next one is Babangida Aliyu. He's another governor that has been charged with corruption and is in court. Babangida Aliyu was the former governor of Niger State from 2007 to 2015. 2 times he was a governor under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Now, Aliyu, when he was in governor, he was one of the most, when he was in government, he was one of the most outspoken governors in Nigeria. He was one of the most outspoken politicians. He was always calling himself chief servant of the state, that is a servant of the people. He's a chief servant, that I'm not a governor, I'm not an excellency, I'm a servant. But it doesn't matter what our people say. They can talk. In Nigeria, we talk is no problem. Talk is like pouring water down. They can talk. Talk is just... And he was saying he was the most democratic, he was the people's, he came to serve his people and all that. Is the chief servant of the state until he was caught with corruption, stealing 2 billion in fraud. Now he's no more talking. The former governor is also being persecuted before one of the judges in his state, one of the courts in his state. But also he has accomplices. In this case, he's being charged together with his chief of staff, Umar Nasco, and also the chairman of PDP in their state. They all share the money. And it's all about the, criminal breach of trust of the people. So corruption is endemic in our society. We need to face it, that we need to do something fundamental about it. It's not just fighting, waiting for them to be caught. No, or taking them to court. No, we must assume that most Nigerians are corrupt or all Nigerians are corrupt, and so a program must be introduced to sanitize the whole society as a whole. Okay, so his last case came up in November 7th, 2019, just a few months ago. But there are still other governors, many other governors that are still under investigation right now. And I'm going to keep on following their cases, and I'm going to keep on coming to you with different cases of what office holders have turned politics and governorship position and government position too in general. Senators, representatives, local government chairmen, what they have turned authority and power and political power to in Nigeria. I hope somebody is listening. If the government is not listening, I hope civil societies are listening. That what we need is a holistic program. And I have a program like that. I've come up with a program that will be a sanitation program from primary school to university to workers, anything, all those things. But we need to have somebody to listen and to begin to introduce these programs to all spheres of our society for the love of God, church, and nation. Peace.